Yeah, I did.
What kind of soup?
Tomato soup.
Okay.
My mom makes good homemade tomato soup. Welcome back to the From Gotham to Knowhere podcast. This is episode 2, and it's been a while.
It has been a while. I'm Noah Calvin.
I am Spencer Ty. Welcome back.
We have a lot to talk about.
Do we?
But we didn't write anything down.
We're kind of just winging it today.
We have nothing planned.
Today was NYCC, New York Comic Con. My brother Noah Ty was there. Very jealous. He did a lot of cool stuff. He played new games. He saw new stuff. He saw cheap trades, which is very sad because the $5 trade guy wasn't there, but they were cheap. He sent me pictures, and they were like $9 or $10 each. I was like, that's not $5.
No, not $5.
I was like, you messing with me, boy.
I'm a little disappointed with what we've gotten so far from New York Comic Con.
Where's Guardians?
Guardians of the Galaxy. Nothing. No movie stuff, just TV stuff.
Yeah.
Except for Power Rangers.
Power Rangers was cool. That was fun. I'm so excited.
I like the Power Rangers. I liked the Power Rangers trailer more than I liked the Iron Fist trailer.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
What do you mean? But
I wasn't a fan of it. Just not for...
It's not that I wasn't a fan, it's that the Netflix shows are like... It's starting to feel like it's the same thing every time. Kind of darker...
You said Luke Cage is really good, though. I have yet to start Luke Cage.
I've only seen one episode because there's so much to do. There's always too much to do, and there's so much I'm reading right now, so I'm not watching a lot of shows.
Very good point. Lots of good stuff coming out. I do not love the Netflix shows. I don't like... I didn't like... Shit, what the hell was it? It was Daredevil Season 2. Left a sour taste in my mouth.
See,
the first 4 episodes were terrific. I was giddy. I was like, what's going to happen next? And then Elektra came in.
I agree with you on that. The Punisher stuff was good, and then the Hand stuff was... But I just feel
I have
like
yet to finish it.
the Netflix shows take way too long. You watch like 2 or 3 episodes, and you're feeling good, and then 13 hours of something, I feel like it's too much, especially at one time. If they would release 1 a week or something, 2 a week, I don't... Just... 13 episodes at a time is too much for me. Like I said, Luke Cage has been out for a week, and I've seen 1 episode. So when Daredevil Season 2 came out, I did watch it all in 2 days, and then I was upset at the end because I was disappointed. So,
like I said, yet to finish it. Probably never will. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll start again. Jessica Jones had a slow start, but I ended up really liking
that
it.
one too.
I think it's my favorite so far.
And I like Luke Cage. I just have to watch more. And I think Iron Fist will be good.
What you guys have told me about Luke Cage, I'm very excited.
I think Iron Fist will be good, and I think the Defenders will be good. I don't know. You'll have to get me there. I'll have to sit
I
down.
like Iron Fist. Don't get me wrong. It's just like, show me more.
I think it's the same way I am with the Flash TV show. Is I want to watch it, and I really like it, but when I think about it, I just never think I have the time. But once I finally sit down, I enjoy it, but I can never get myself to just sit down and watch the show. So I'll get backed up on my DVR, and then I'll finally watch it, and it'll be pretty good, but it takes me forever to get there.
Yeah, but I still haven't finished Flash Season 1, but it's terrific. Every time I watch it, I'm like, I just want to keep going. I never do.
Exactly.
What's up
That's
with
me
that?
with TV. But comic books.
Comic books.
Stuff. You want to talk about Amazing Spider-Man? I want to talk about Amazing Spider-Man. We should save that, because I know we both want to talk about that a lot.
I do.
It's very good.
I read it last night. It hit me hard. I was in bed reading it, and that's always a good sign. I was in my flannel sheets. I was nice and cozy. I was in a good spot. I was tired. I wanted to go to bed. You were like, it's on Comixology. You should check it out. And I was like, all right, I'll check it out before bed. Be a good treat. Because what I heard about it was that it was terrific. And so, we'll save that for later.
Yeah, we'll save that for later. Let's talk the Night of the Monster Men.
Interesting.
It's
just not... Let's back up here. Night of the Monster Men is the new Batman short story that's taking place over Nightwing, Batman, and Detective Comics, all in Rebirth and stuff like that.
6 parts long? 6 parts, I think.
Yeah. The last part is next week.
Next week. This Wednesday. This coming Wednesday in Detective Comics. This is the last part. About time.
I have yet to read parts 4 and 5. I don't pick up my comics until the weekend. They come out on Wednesday. Give me a break. But from what I have read so far, not a huge fan.
I got them on Wednesday, and so I read 5 parts. I just don't... It's not bad. It's not even that it's bad. It's that... I think it's that Batman was good. Detective Comics was really good. Nightwing, I don't care for. It was boring to me, but
Yeah.
Especially when they're already putting in promo art for the next story in Detective Comics and Batman that I want to read. So I'm just sitting
with
here.
Tom King.
Yeah, Tom King's. I didn't realize he wasn't even writing this Monster Man thing.
I'm happy he's not.
Yeah, if he was, I'd be like, oh, I don't know about Tom King's Batman, but they're doing this I Am Suicide story with Bane that I want to read, and then Detective Comics, the ads look really good for, so I'm just kind of bummed that it's... I mean, it only takes a month for them to do this thing, so I'm not that upset about it, but I'm upset that I'm spending $6 a week on Night of the Monster Men when I'm really not loving it, which I feel like I'm getting kind of greedy because Rebirth has been so good, but I would rather save the $3 for something I want to read more. But I'm such a completionist that I'll have every issue of Detective Comics, so I'm not going to not buy the 2 Night of the Monster Men books.
You got that right.
That's right.
But what else do we have to talk about? Are we going to be spoiling anything? Should we give a spoiler warning?
What are you spoiling?
Monster Men.
Oh,
just
sure.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, spoil it.
Yeah. What the hell happened with Nightwing and Gotham Girl
They
at
turned
the end
into
of
monsters.
Yeah.
Nightwing's
That
like
pissed me.
Nightwing's
I got
like a
mad
weird...
in bed. I was like, the hell just happened?
It was
I was
funny
like,
because I don't ever think about this kind of thing in comic books, but I thought about this the other night while I was sitting there. When Nightwing comes back from being a monster, like in comic books, they'll totally just be like, oh, he's like, oh, wow, that's funny. I was a monster for a second, like whatever. Wouldn't that scar you?
yeah.
Like to know that you were a monster
I'd
for
be
a
like,
few hours.
The hell?
I feel like if I was Nightwing, I'd be messed up. But I don't think we talked, because it hadn't happened in the last time we recorded, the storyline before Night of the Monster Man with the Tim Drake stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Tim Drake died.
Wait,
It's not a
you didn't
spoiler
hear-
alert. I guess it's a spoiler
it
alert.
happened.
Tim Drake didn't die. I guess that's the spoiler, right? He didn't die? Because he didn't.
He didn't.
So
He'll be back.
Yeah,
Garen frickin' Teed.
Well, yeah, he got transported into some odd world with Green Cloak guy from Superman, who I think is Ozymandias. Maybe I'm crazy. I think it's him. He's a creepy, normal man with a hood on. I think it's Ozymandias.
Could happen.
I think hopefully in a year's time, we'll tie all the Rebirth stuff together, and we'll have some crazy Watchmen big crossover story.
Hopefully.
It's too early now, but...
Don't do
hopefully
it
at some
now.
point.
I would be very upset. Because Rebirth's going very well so
it's
far.
good. Superman's great.
Superman's great. Titans is great. Teen Titans just started. It was
Yeah. Did you read it?
fantastic.
I liked it.
I liked it a
It was
lot.
a fun start. I like that Damien's kidnapping everybody.
Yeah.
Damien's such a little shit. I love him.
I love it.
He's the best. That dude rocks. What else was Batman Beyond? Did you read that?
I did read Batman Beyond. I liked it. And they're bringing Joker back, which could be very interesting. Don't get me wrong, but there's one problem I have with it. His red eyes got me the whole time.
See, I really liked the new 52 Batman Beyond story. So it just as soon as I was being okay with Tim Drake being Batman, Tim Drake's not Batman anymore, which I'm a little bummed about. I understand that Terry McGinnis is Batman in Batman Beyond. That's cool. I love him. He's great. Like you said, I can get on board with the Joker thing because I think they'll pull it off. You know,
Yeah.
They'll do something cool with it. None of these books have been bad. It's Dan Jurgens, same guy who's doing Action Comics right now, so I don't think it's going to be a bad book. I think it'll be good. I liked it. I don't mind the red eyes. I don't really care that much.
Yeah, it didn't bother me. Like, I hate this book just because of the art.
It's not I don't even think it's the red eyes for me. I don't mind the color of the eyes. The eyes just look like huge and kind of funky.
They're really pointy.
They're weird looking. But
Maybe I'm just... I'm like used to Bruce Timm, Batman Beyond.
I guess that's true. That's very true.
Because I love him.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love that show.
What else happened?
I don't know.
What else came out last
there was
week?
there was a Civil War issue. I don't know if you read that.
No.
Spoiler alert, the end of it, they have a little vision that looks like Miles Morales murders Steve Rogers.
Oh, now you caught my attention.
So they end it with Captain Marvel taking him, and she's like, hey, kid, you're under arrest, but how many times can we just arrest people in Civil War before something actually happens? I don't know. I don't know what else happened.
I was going to mention something about Champions. Did you get Champions?
I didn't get Champions. I
Neither
ordered from KRS Comics, I ordered the, the Tyler Kirkham variant cover for that and Deadpool Back in Black, but they're not here yet. But I did read the Deadpool story on Comixology.
Don't say anything.
You
I haven't
read
read
it?
it yet.
It's
Tomorrow.
It's fun.
It's good? It's just fun?
It's just kind of funny. I don't think it's anything to be taken seriously, but I did like it. It's
Because
fun.
we were excited about this.
Yeah, we were. I think it's fun. I was such a symbiote kid. I was so into all that stuff, so it's fun to read that, especially because it's like based in the 80s when those were all the stories I read as a kid, so I like them. So it was fun. I'm not a Deadpool guy, but I thought it was funny.
And did you read Cage, is what I think it is? Is the
They
new
did a
Luke Cage book?
and a Jessica Jones. I didn't pick up either of them.
The Cage looks interesting. I heard
I want to read it.
It was written by the person who does, like, Samurai Jack and Dexter's Laboratory. Written and
Really?
drawn by him. You didn't know this?
No.
No, dude. I heard this. Someone was telling me about it. I can't remember who. I probably just read it somewhere. And they were like, yeah, it's written by Samurai Jack and Dexter's Laboratory guy. And I was like, oh. And they're like, it's also drawn by him. I was like, whoa.
I should probably.
Because we love Samurai Jack.
We do like Samurai Jack.
I don't know about you with Dexter's Laboratory, but I'm a huge
Dexter,
fan.
it was okay. But I like Samurai Jack. I'm excited for season 5.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it looks really good. But I might have to pick up Cage now. It's just so much money on comic books. I passed on the Death of X thing, too.
I was thinking about picking it up.
I want to read it. That's one I'll probably wait for a trade for. Or a hardcover or whatever.
So many books. So much money.
Because it's like, they don't... I just feel Marvel doesn't focus much on the X-Men at all, so it's what are they really doing? But I guess they're explaining where Cyclops is after Cyclops and Storm and that whole team is after Secret Wars, but there's just as soon a younger Cyclops and Champion, so it's like we don't even miss Cyclops because he's not gone. There's 2 of them. So.
And speaking of X-Men, the poster for Logan came out this past.
Awesome.
It looks so good.
I had to double take
giddy.
it. It looks like a scary movie poster. It's terrifying. It's
I'm
the hand
excited.
with claws. I think it looks awesome. I like the name of the movie. I've seen complaints. I like it.
No.
I think it's awesome.
It's
Great
awesome.
way to end
It's
it.
perfect.
I think a lot of people think it's Old Man Logan. And he's going to have white hair and stuff. It's not like that.
I don't think it's
like
going to be
that at
Old
all.
Man Logan. I think it's just going to be like...
I think it's him and he's older. But I don't
Yeah.
think it's Old Man Logan, you know.
There's an older Professor X, though. You see those images?
Yeah, that looks good. I think it's going to be his last movie.
Patrick Stewart?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
Unless they do one more X-Men with him. But they need to... We've seen enough of the whole 2 Charles Xavier, all that stuff.
Yeah.
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 But we think it's going to be like X-23.
The kid.
Yeah.
The hand. Yeah, I think so.
It
Because they
probably
took
is.
his samples or whatever at the end of Apocalypse. Those people in suits did. I've only seen the movie once, but if I remember
I would like to see it
correctly,
again.
they take it. I want to see it again, too. They put out a steelbook. I should probably go buy it.
You know me in steelbooks. I love them.
Because I've got the Batman vs. Superman one and the Civil War one, so if I get Apocalypse, I'd have all 3 mediocre superhero movies from this year on steelbook.
What about Suicide Squad?
Hey, I'll buy that one, too.
But extended edition.
They're making an extended cut of Suicide Squad.
Maybe it'll be better.
We all knew it
Because
was coming.
we both weren't too fond of Batman v Superman the first time we saw it. Then we got the extended edition, and I personally loved it. I don't know about you.
I like it a lot. The problem is they're making a hypocrite out of me because I told everybody it was the worst movie I've ever seen, and now I defend it all the time. People are like, make up your mind. But I don't know. I liked Suicide Squad enough. It was fun. I mean, I didn't like
It
the
just
Joker.
felt like the editing was kind of like choppy.
I didn't like that. If the editing was different in the extended cut, I'll be really excited. Like the scene where Joker's messing with Harley Quinn and there's like all the pink stuff and like the screens moving are all over the place that wasn't in the trailer. If it's not like that in the actual extended cut, like the way it was in the theatrical version, I'll be stoked. Because I didn't like that at all.
The way you explained that was just like over and out and over and out.
It
It was just a
didn't
little
make any
confusing.
sense what I just said.
I got it.
Yeah.
But
if you saw the movie, I think you can put together what I just said.
I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it. I didn't love it. I like Batman v Superman more.
I think so too. Everybody's saying
extended
Suicide
edition.
Squad is the best of them, but maybe the extended edition of Suicide Squad will be the best. Who knows?
I like the appearances of... Spoiler, if you haven't seen Suicide Squad, what are you doing? I love the appearances of Batman and Flash. It was awesome.
Those were my favorite
I was
scenes
giddy.
of the movie.
I was
felt
in the
kinda
seat.
bad.
I was holding my popcorn. I was like, whoa.
I feel kind of bad that my favorite scene of the movie was Batman arresting Deadshot, even though Deadshot was supposed to be the main character. And then the 2 seconds that Flash was in and the one line he said I thought was better than everything Jared Leto brought to the table. But hey, that's okay. If you like
Hey.
Jared Leto.
People like Jared Leto.
He's going to be the biggest Halloween costume of 2016.
Guaranteed.
Him
Or
and
clowns.
Harley Quinn. Oh, the clown thing happening is kind of funny
Yeah.
because of Joker, but it's not because of Joker. But if there's Jokers running all over on Halloween, how will you know what Joker is a kid in a Halloween costume and what Joker is a crazy clown?
I don't know. They actually banned clown costumes.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah,
I wonder if that counts for Joker and Harley Quinn. That could have ruined a lot of crazy couple Halloweens.
Hey, let's get out of that because I don't care.
Comic books up.
What else?
I don't know. I mean, there's Star Wars. Do you read Star Wars?
I don't. I've been trying to catch up with it on Comixology, but it's just so much.
Yeah.
I got so much other stuff to read.
I know. There's cool Commando Stormtroopers, and they just broke onto the Star Destroyer that Han and Luke and Leia stole, and it looks like Luke and Sergeant Creel are going to have themselves a lightsaber duel in the next issue, so I'm stoked.
That sounds awesome.
And then this Wednesday is the finale of Darth Vader. I love that book.
How much
I'm
is
going
it?
to cry, but I'm stoked.
$5?
It's $6.
$6.
It's $5.99.
Call it the $6
I'm buying
Hollow.
2.
No, but that should be good because that series has been terrific so far from what I've heard.
Oh, I love it.
I read Vader Down. Vader Down just got me. Oh my god.
Now, LaRocca, who draws Darth Vader, I was super bummed because he draws it so perfectly, like it looks like a Star Wars movie. I was so bummed that they're ending that book. I saw that he's going to draw for Star Wars. I'm stoked. It's going to be awesome.
Good.
Yeah. Because Star Wars has had some weird artists where, like, sometimes Luke looks like Luke Skywalker and sometimes he looks like a 12-year-old girl. So it's like, I'm kind of confused. Like, the cover of, like, one of the issues in the Rebel Heist story where he and Han are in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. He looks funky. He looks like a kindergartner, but...
Interesting.
And then sometimes they'll look just like the characters. But, I mean, I don't care too much about that because the art's never been unbearable, so... Speaking of art that we don't really care for, All-Star Batman 3 this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I like that story, but I don't...
1 and 2 have been good.
It's good.
They haven't blown me away.
No, I haven't been blown away yet, which I wish I was, because I remember reading the first issue of Batman the New 52 and being blown away, and I feel like I'm expecting that sort of feeling from it.
Little sidebar. My brother also tried to meet Scott Snyder. He didn't, sadly.
Oh,
but he was pretty bummed out.
I'd love to meet Scott Snyder.
Me too.
Get an autograph on my Batman
dude.
#1. For sure.
Again, autograph on my
maybe All-Star
face.
Batman #1. Yeah. Autograph on my face.
Just kidding. No, that'd be kind of weird.
Be
Scott
a waste of
Snyder,
time.
can you sign my face? You're my biggest... Yeah, I'm your biggest fan.
You're my biggest fan, Scott Snyder. He doesn't even know who we are.
No.
But,
I'll never hear this. Ever.
But it's pretty good. I like it. There was a picture. There's one panel that has Killer Croc and King Shark and some other big dude I've never heard of. The panel was horrendous. Oh my god.
Some other big dude I've never heard of. I was thinking the same thing.
The art was gross in that panel. I like the way he draws Batman, honestly, but like some of his stuff just looks gross.
A lot of his stuff looks gross.
I like his Batman.
Some of his Spiderman stuff is good.
I liked he did New Ways to Die.
New Ways to Die
story.
is great.
So he must have been the first person to draw Anti-Venom, which is cool. Hey, that's awesome.
Anti-Venom's cool,
Good for you. I like Anti-Venom. So
I like Eddie Brock.
There's just some characters and some things I don't think the guy can draw, but I mean, I'm not gonna hate him for it.
No.
No.
It's been a good story.
His dad's a legend.
Yeah.
He's a legend. I mean, he's a legend in his own right. I mean,
yeah.
He's a comic book legend.
I mean,
and he is an all-star. If you're gonna pick an all-star artist, pick him. He's great.
Sure.
Is
he writing everything?
People have different tastes.
Or is he drawing everything, I should say?
I think he's drawn at least 6. I think they might do a thing where it's like Scott Snyder writes all of All-Star Batman, but they bring on a different
That's what I thought I
arc.
heard was going to happen. It was going to be Scott Snyder was writing everything. They were doing a different artist each book. But I guess that's not the case.
I think it's like John Romita Jr. will draw every issue of like the Two-Face road trip story.
Oh.
And then once they start a new story, they'll get somebody else. Greg Capullo?
Yeah.
That would be...
I'd be pretty stoked.
I would be really
like 2
excited.
issues of each one.
Is he drawing anything right now?
I think he is.
Is he?
There's something I remember hearing
He could
about.
be drawing something.
It was a different book. It's not DC related.
Oh, okay.
I don't think.
See, then I might not know because I'm a superhero guy, but I like his art a lot.
Yeah.
I loved his Batman.
I loved his Batman.
Yeah. I liked everything he drew a lot.
I just love him.
I didn't like the way
It's on
Joker
my
looked
face.
in Endgame, but that wasn't like...
You just don't like that
I
story
didn't
that
dislike
much.
the art. I just disliked the way Joker was like... His hair and his suit, and he couldn't
me.
die. I wasn't into that. But, you know, they did so much original stuff that whenever they went back to the Joker, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else is new and exciting.
Next week is start of the clone conspiracy.
Yes.
dead no more. I'm excited.
I'm so excited. It's been so good.
It has been so good. The past few issues.
Here's my prediction, and we're spoiling Amazing Spider-Man 16, 17, 18, 19.
Yeah.
I don't know which of them, but we're talking about all of it right now.
I'm so.
Here's my prediction. I think Otto Octavius is going to take the new U technology.
And create a clone of Peter Parker.
A clone body of Peter Parker. Put his subconscious into it, and we'll have Superior Spider-Man versus Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
But
no. In Spider-Verse, Amazing Spider-Man kicked Superior Spider-Man's ass.
Yes, he did.
It was awesome. And I can't remember. I think it was 16. No, 18. It was something. It was the last one before this past one. So 18.
I think that's 18.
So the book started with Amazing Spider-Man beating the crap out of Superior Spider-Man. I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah. Because they did the whole thing where Otto has been Peter's helping robot this whole time or whatever.
Yeah.
Because he's never been gone. Every time we think he's gone, he comes back.
I love Otto Octavius. Everything they've been doing with him recently is just great.
It's so good. I can't wait. And then this last issue, they didn't even have him in it. If we're about to break into this last issue, I'm about to get emotional. It was like hard hitting. It was hard to read. It was stressful. If you read Amazing Spider-Man 19, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't read it, it's about to get spoiled for you.
Cover your ears.
Is he dead?
I think so.
We're thinking Jonah, whatever, Jameson's
father.
The one they call Jay, Aunt May's husband. I think he's dead.
I think he is dead.
Because
I was
hard.
stressed out in bed.
I was really stressed out.
I texted you after I read it. I said, no, that was stressful.
We'll
talk about this tomorrow.
I read it twice, and it wasn't easier the second time.
Mm.
And I'm normally not that stressed out reading a comic book, but Jonah wanted to get the new U technology used on his dad to save his life.
And Aunt May was just kind of like, I'll do whatever you want, Peter.
Yeah, and Peter said, go with the conventional surgery, normal stuff. And then he calls at the last second and says, do the new U. You know, I think it'll work.
But no one answers.
Nobody answers. He gets there. They're both crying. Peter broke the clock. He broke Jay's clock.
Let's back up. This is all happening when Peter, Jay, Aunt May's husband, was like, Peter, I want you to go to our house, open the safe, and there's a clock from like my great ancestor who brought it to America when we first immigrated here. And he's like, I want you to give it to my son because I think he should have it and give it to his son. And I was like, that's pretty sweet. That's nice of him.
Mm-hmm.
And then Peter goes and gets it. Something goes wrong. There's a construction accident. He has to hold on to his webs with two hands, one on the building and one on something else. I can't think. And he's there for like an hour. And these firemen are getting this guy down from a crane that's crashed into the building or something. And they're trying to zip line down. He's like, you hurry. My webbing will dissolve in an hour. And then he just like looks behind him. He's like, oh no. Because the clock is on his back in a
to his back. Yeah.
Traditional Amazing Spider-Man way, webbed to his back with like a web backpack. And so he looks back, goes, oh no, webbing's dissolving, clock falls out of his thing, smashes the ground.
Oh. And then he gets to the hospital. Aunt May called him while he was dangling there.
Yeah, and she's like, I need you to...
And he says, I can't talk right now, and she's like, oh my god. It was hard
What's more important than this, Peter?
Exactly, and he said, I'm like more sorry than you'll ever know. He shows up. Jonah's crying. May's crying. He sets the clock on the table. It's busted, and that's where the issue ends.
And it says Finn.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I haven't seen that in a comic book in, I don't think, a while.
Yeah, it's always to be continued.
Yeah.
But the clone conspiracy is happening.
So what's this going to mean for Peter's relationship with Aunt May? We already know kind of what it means for Peter's relationship with J. Jonah Jameson. He's
pissed.
Freaking pissed at him.
He's mad, for sure. But now I'm kind of confused as to where the clone conspiracy is going to go. Because we know Jackal's obviously the bad guy. But I think Doc Ock is going to be a bad guy unless Doc Ock is a story they deal with after the clone conspiracy.
I think it's going to start with the Jackal. Because how long is the clone conspiracy?
I have no idea.
I think it's like...
I have absolutely no idea.
I think it'll start with Jackal for a couple issues. That'll end. And then when Peter's finally like, thank God that's over, he's going to like go to his apartment or something. And then you're just going to see the door open. It's going to be Dr. Octopus in a Peter Parker clone body.
That'd be insane. But I know they're doing...
And then next issue.
They're doing the clone conspiracy, and then and they're doing Amazing Spider-Man as tie-ins. Like Amazing Spider-Man 20 is a tie-in to clone conspiracy, and they're starting a Prowler book.
Which I'm excited for, because when Prowler's been in Amazing Spider-Man, it's
He's
been
been
awesome.
Yeah, I'm really glad he's back.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying it. And I'm like, I gotta start getting this Prowler book. I hope it continues after this.
I think it said like 1, 2, and 3 are tie-ins to Clone Conspiracy, but yeah, I do hope there's more after the Clone Conspiracy's over. I'm nervous now.
I got the sweats.
I know, but here's the thing: if they're remaking people, they remade Jonah's wife. Jonah's gonna want them to remake his dad.
They remade. That's a good point right there.
He's gonna want them to remake his father.
Because at the end of Amazing Spider-Man 19, it shows a little Kingpin side story where his wife gets remade, and he's like, "Oh my god!" He fucking breaks her neck.
He's like,
and I'm like, "Oh, what just happened? Let's take a break."
He basically tells the Jackal like, "That's bullshit. She's a clone. Like, you didn't bring her back to life." So Kingpin doesn't fall for it. J. Jonah Jameson does. His wife is back, and he thinks it's the real deal. He's gonna try to bring his dad back.
Absolutely.
Oh man,
that's a great point.
All this stuff is gonna start to backfire. There's gonna be something wrong with the new you, and it's gonna backfire, and these people are gonna turn into something. Hopefully not monster men, but something.
We'll just stop. But what I was saying, Gwen Stacy is back.
Yes, which she's just been there. She's just been there.
Like, she pops up every now and then. I'm like, okay, there's Gwen Stacy.
Since Electro's girlfriend blasted him, has he come back? Did they make Electro again, or is he just dead? I can't remember.
I'll have to look back.
I think
but she's now like the new Electro.
Yeah.
Female Electro.
Yeah. And then there's Lizard's with them, but Lizard's not a new you-made Lizard. Lizard never died. It's just actual Lizard.
Dr. Connors,
yeah. Dr. Curtis Connors.
And his family's with him, too.
Yeah, so it's scary. They're keeping them there against their will, for sure. Because his wife is
no joke.
Terrified, for sure. And his little boy. His little boy who's been a little boy since the 1960s Spider-Man TV show.
Do you think Jackal's, like, holding his family there, and he's like, Lizard, you have to help us, or we're gonna like hurt your son.
I don't know what the deal is. Is his son there? I can't remember if his son's there. His son has to be older now. There's no way he has a kid.
I can't remember.
Maybe it's just his wife.
I think it is just his wife.
It has to be, because his son can't be 6. Because like
I gotta read stuff.
There are things I wonder about the kids. There are children who show up in the Spider-Man stories. I didn't like. Where's Harry's kid? Did they ever explain that?
Let's not talk about that.
And then Harry thought he was having a kid with Menace, but it was Norman's kid, and I don't know where that kid is or where Menace is. Maybe she died in American Son, but it's been years, so...
Save that for another day.
I wonder if they'll bring Norman Osborn back in this Spider-Man.
Stop.
That'd be so good. He hasn't been in it since...
All these cool people could come back.
Yeah, I don't think he's been in it since Superior Spider-Man 30.
What if they made like...
When he messed up his own face.
That's true. What if Jackal just made like a clone army?
An army.
He's like, they're not clones. They're like reincarnated or remade. I'm like, isn't that just a clone?
Hopefully they don't do a bunch of Spider-Man, because that was the other 2 clone sagas that you thought were going to be really cool, gave you cool-looking Spider-Man, and then the story sucked.
If it's a clone saga, I don't want like 600 Spider-Man. I would like want maybe like 3 or 4, and maybe they're just like a team of Spider-Man.
Maybe, but we just had Spider-Verse. There's so many Spider-Man. I like the way this is going, where it's clones of different people, not Spider-Man, clones of people's loved ones. That's where you really attack people with that. Because Peter, I mean, how many times... Now when he sees a Spider-Man clone, he's just like, oh, hey, we saved the world once. Like, whatever. But, like, if you bring back somebody's wife, that's hard-hitting. You bring back somebody's dad, hard-hitting. The Jackal's messed up this time around.
He is.
Not that he wasn't always. He was always an ugly green.
Something happened in Amazing Spider-Man 19 where, like, the Jackal called J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
And he's, like, must have, like, cut out or something. I forget what he said.
He calls him on the phone, and he says... Jonah's on the air on his show talking to the lady from New You, and he says something about, like, we understand your dad's really sick. Are you going to use the New You because you have the funds for it? And J. Jonah Jameson says, like, my dad wishes to be, like...
I'll keep, like, this is our own business
left alone,
or something.
Yeah, like, he doesn't want to speak publicly about it, I guess. And then the Jackal, says, like, oh, must have cut out, and blah, 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 go put this on the charger. And then Gwen Stacy, clone, is like, that was mean. And I didn't understand the point of that, but whatever.
Happens.
I don't understand the point of the Gwen Stacy clone unless just to mess with Peter Parker. But that's how the original Clone Saga started, was putting a Gwen Stacy clone on the street to mess with Peter Parker. So it's like, She died 20 years ago. Peter's going to see her and be like, it's not Gwen. So it's like,
it's not Gwen.
He's been married and had 15 different girlfriends since Gwen Stacy. Not that he's not bummed that his first love died. If you read Spider-Man Blue, you'll cry your eyes out because it's beautiful, but...
It is beautiful.
I don't know. How many times can we make him feel bad about Gwen Stacy? You remember the story years ago where there were the two kids who looked like Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker, and they attacked him, and we found out they were Norman Osborn's kids, and Norman Osborn had kids with Gwen Stacy.
I do remember
that.
I
hope they retconned that. I don't know if they did, but...
I hope it doesn't come back.
I think it's called Sins of the Past. It was in the 500s of Amazing Spider-Man, 500 something. Maybe early 500s, like 511 to 14 or something.
Something like that.
Check me on that. Check me in the comments.
Nice. What else? I want to address that, like, this is a really good time to jump into Amazing Spider-Man. Because our buddy Chris Bearded, we know you're listening to this.
Shout him out.
And he asked us, what's a good spot to jump into Amazing Spider-Man? And the first thing I said is right now.
And you weren't kidding.
I wasn't kidding. I was being dead serious. So, Chris,
I would start...
Do it.
Number 16.
Of this
Current
Amazing
Spider-Man, I start at number 16 and read 16, 17, 18.
I read number 1 the other day, and it was great.
Number 1, the whole series is good.
It's good.
But if you were going to start now and didn't want to spend like $50, start at 16.
Yeah. If you have the opportunity to start number 1 of this...
Buy the trades.
Do it.
I mean, if you just want to read it, buy the trades. If I start buying single issues, I need them all in single issues, so I bought them all. But I buy the trades, by all means. It's a good series. I like it better than the... I guess what you would call Volume 3, the Marvel Now. When Peter first came back from the Superior Spider-Man stuff, I like this series better than that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I bought that series. I must have gotten like 6 or 7 issues of that number 1. I was like, this is going to be big. Everyone's going to want this. They're just coasters now in my house.
And a year later, there's already another Amazing Spider-Man 1. I think that series only had 17, 18
something like that.
Maybe 20 something, but...
It wasn't 20. Because I remember I would get that and Spider-Man 2099. And I like 2099 better.
I like that. I thought that was good.
And I just stopped reading.
Not that I didn't like Amazing Spider-Man. The first volume I thought was good where Silk first showed up. I think she's kind of dumb, but whatever. She's
going to be Silk number 1.
Is there a new Silk book?
There's a new Silk book coming out, and it's going to be part of the Clone Conspiracy. So
okay. So
kiddos, you pick that up.
That's $3.99 I will be saving because I'm not buying Silk number 1. But
I will be buying everything in the Clone Conspiracy.
Really?
And we will be talking about this.
All right, I'm borrowing yours. Or throw it on Comixology, whatever you want to do.
I'll do whatever.
But yeah, I thought that series was kind of just And then the Spider-Verse I thought sucked. I thought it was awful.
It wasn't.
I shouldn't say it sucked. That's mean.
It was mean. It wasn't awful.
It was just boring.
It was a little boring.
Dan Slott, honestly, for me, is really hit or miss with Spider-Man, but this whole series has been great. So I'll take back anything bad I ever said about him. Same thing with, oh gosh, I don't know how to say his first name, Humberto Ramos, the guy who draws the book. I did not like him years ago when he did either Peter Parker or Sensational Spider-Man or something, where his characters were really funky looking. This book is great. The art
it looks good.
Spider-Man looks spectacular.
All the covers by Alex Ross.
Those are beautiful.
Bless his heart.
The art and the writing is good. So anything bad I ever said about Ramos or Slott, their Spider-Man stuff is great right now. And I thought...
Keep it going. Don't ruin this. Don't ruin this for me.
Don't restart at number 1. Just keep this book going.
Yeah.
I almost wish they would do what Detective Comics did and call this like Amazing Spider-Man issue 720 instead of just 20.
That'd be cool.
Because I like the long-running thing. And they did that in the 90s when they restarted at Spider-Man number 1. They ended up calling it 400-something because they realized, like, oh.
We made a mistake.
Yeah. And I don't want to have 4 different Amazing Spider-Man number 1s because it's like, I don't know. It does make it easier for people to jump in, and I understand that. But Marvel should really just take a story like Amazing Spider-Man number 16 and put a sticker on it that says, great place to jump in. And then people will be like, oh, that's where I start reading.
That would be good.
And I think...
They could even just, like, post something on Marvel.
I think the whole people wondering where to jump in is something that's new. Like, that's started coming out since people got, like, all into comic books through movies. Because, like, when I was a kid, I'd pick up a comic book and I'd read it, and it didn't matter.
Just because of the cover.
It didn't matter.
I did the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't matter if it was part 3 of a story. You read it and you understood it because Spider-Man narrates, and then there are all the little bubbles in the side where like, hey, that happened last issue.
Stan.
Stan will let you know, or somebody else, the editor or the writer. But like, I don't know.
They still do that today. They do that in like every comic book.
Exactly. I think you can pick up any issue of Amazing Spider-Man from any time point and read it. I don't think you need to start at number 1. And if you're trying to buy Amazing Spider-Man number 1, the original, it's going to cost you way too much. Unless you buy a reprint or you buy it on Comixology or whatever.
Just get one of those like Marvel Legends Amazing Fantasy 15 that like,
exactly.
oh, this is number 1. Look on the back and it's like, get the whole line.
Marvel Tales. And I have a Secret Wars 8 that I got in a cereal box years ago. It's not the original. It's a reprint. On like weird like magazine paper too. I don't know. But
yeah, Monroe Comic-Con, I was there last weekend, I believe. There was a crap, I can't remember what it was, but it was a reprint from it was a Spider-Man book. I can't remember what it was, but it was like a reprint for a General Mills cereal or something like that. And I was like, that's not the right one. And they were selling it for like $60. I was like, okay.
Oh, man. There were some cool covers today. Did you see at New York Comic Con? Some funny Marvel variants. There was one for like Doctor Strange that was for like Gillette or something, some shaving company. And it had all those beards on it. And then there was one for like Real Husbands of Hollywood where they were all like superheroes. Just funny little variant covers. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw a couple of those.
Yeah, that's cool. What else? What else we got?
I don't know.
I feel like we're running low. There's no way we covered everything.
No. We're missing something.
I'm sure we're missing multiple things.
What else happened today? Tons of new toys came out.
Last week or next week or whenever.
Next week. What's coming out?
I don't know what else comes out next week. We've talked about a lot of it already.
We have.
Clone Conspiracy.
Clone Conspiracy?
I'm buying the Mark Bagley variant of the Clone Conspiracy.
I might buy multiple issues.
Oh.
I'm spending so much money. I am financially stable. Do not worry.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's the thing. I can justify it, but then it's like, oh, it's still a lot. I always think...
I hate reading a book, buying a book that I don't like.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I spent money on this?
That was me with... I bought Raven, number 1. It's a tie-in between the New 52 Teen Titans and then the Rebirth Teen Titans. It wasn't bad. A lot of people are raving about it, but I shouldn't have spent $3 on it.
No.
It wasn't. I could have just bought Teen Titans. You don't need to read no Raven, number 1. I'm not reading number 2 through 6. And I know I said I was going to read all those. I was going to give all the young animal stuff a chance. I did not get Shade the Changing Girl because my stack was already so hefty. I passed on it. I'm sorry, My Chemical Romance. I'll, maybe someday. I don't know.
Was it good? Have you heard anything about it?
I haven't heard anything about it. I thought Doom Patrol was kind of funny. It was weird.
I heard it was good.
It was weird. It was good, but yeah.
Is that a monthly or bi-weekly?
I don't know. I think number 2 comes out this Wednesday, but I'm not going to buy it. If I ever read it, I'll read it in the trade format. It's not one I feel like I need to get every issue of.
True. $5 trade guy. See you in a couple of years.
Yeah.
See ya.
Hopefully. My boy, $5 trade guy.
Dude.
Hopefully we see him at Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids Comic-Con.
We're hoping to go. We're hoping to meet Kevin Eastman.
Steve Blum, voice of Wolverine. Other people.
What did he voice Wolverine in?
A ton of stuff.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's like on
Did he do like the Wolverine in the X-Men show or that kind of thing?
I think so.
Or maybe
on the pamphlet it says like Steve
he does
Blum.
sound like Wolverine. He was definitely
Steve
Wolverine.
Blum, Cowboy Bebop, voice of Wolverine.
Yeah.
Legends of Korra or something like that.
It was either Wolverine in the X-Men or Evolution, but I think it was Wolverine in the X-Men. Now that I think of his voice in that and in Star Wars Rebels, definitely the same guy. He does a lot of stuff.
He does. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he's cool.
I like him.
I hope he signs my Star Wars Rebels DVD or Blu-ray or whatever.
It's in my house right now.
And I'm gonna have Kevin Eastman sign my. Maybe I'll have him sign. I feel like the most important one I could have him sign. I'm either gonna have him sign issue 1 or the one where Donatello dies, which I think is issue 44. And I've been lucky enough the whole time this series has been going, so all 63 issues, I've bought the Kevin Eastman variant cover for every single issue. So I have the choice of 63 different covers that I can have this man sign, because I never bought the normal cover. Always went Kevin Eastman cover.
Smart move.
Thank you. His art looks like No offense to him, but it's it's like very simple. I don't know.
I like it.
I think it's
I
cool.
enjoy it.
I think it works so well for the Ninja Turtles, man.
Ninja Turtles are just so fun.
The stories, the like 4-page stories in the back of the Ninja Turtle universe, the Leonardo story.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that's drawn by him. It's like Leonardo messing around in the rain and fighting 1,000 ninjas.
That's so dope.
That's what I need in my life. And then in number 2, he fought Koya, that flying bird thing. But I wish that story was longer. Almost like the story in All-Star Batman. I like that, I think, better than the story in the back. I think I like more than the main story. With Duke, I want more of Duke. And I think I talked about that a ton in the last podcast because I really want Bat Boy, Motorcycle Bat, whatever his name is. I want more of him.
He's a yellow Robin.
Yellow Robin? Bat Robin? Yellow Bat? I don't know. I don't know. But he's cool. I think
he's a
really
cool dude.
And he's doing all
he's
that
always
stuff
like he's in the Batcave with Alfred. He's always like, I should be out there helping you, and then it's always your training's not done.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, what?
He's been so good with helping Gotham Girl. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
He's like the only one who's like he's on top of that.
In
awesome.
Batman 6, I think it talks about how her and Duke got married.
What?
I think it did flash forward.
Oh, when she does
like
the whole...
She's like, me and my husband Duke went to his grave today and like gave him flowers or something.
Now, I wonder if that's her just going nuts. Because she's crazy. And I feel bad. Because Batman 6 was like scary. She's gone crazy. She's shaved her head. She looks crazy. She's going to die pretty soon, I feel like. Her time's going to run out.
I like her.
I like her too, but I feel like she's...
It took Gotham
5 issues for his head to explode.
I think Batman's going to calm her down. After this whole, like...
I hope so.
Her turning into a monster thing.
I could even see them... If they keep her around for a long time, I could see her becoming some other character. Like, not Gotham Girl. They'll call her something else and she'll get a fresh suit or whatever. She just seems like a character they'd rebrand, you know?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
At some point. I wouldn't be surprised. I think that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Red Hood and the Outlaws. You reading that?
I've been buying, I think, every issue so far. I haven't read any of it.
Oh, you haven't read it? It's
no,
good.
it's all in my room. I want to.
We can talk about that sometime, because I think that's fun. Bizarro hasn't even been in it yet, but the stuff with Red Hood and Artemis in the last issue was fun. I like it. That's good. What else we got?
Have you been reading Green Lantern?
I don't read either of the Green Lantern books. I read the Rebirth issue of Green Lanterns, the one that has Simon Baz and the girl whose name I can't remember. She was Power Ring.
Has an eye
and
patch.
Now she's a Green Lantern. She was in the Dark Side War. She was in it before the Dark Side War. She was in the whole Amazo storyline where everybody got sick. It was kind of gross, but she was Power Ring as a bad guy. And then Flash was like, hey, she's a good guy. She got a Green Lantern ring, and now she's a Green Lantern. That book was kind of good. I read it, and that one and Aquaman, I thought, oh man, I don't want to spend a ton of money, so I'm not going to buy these. I ended up buying all of Aquaman anyway. I think I did the same thing with Wonder Woman, and now I'm caught up with Wonder Woman. It's great. I'm glad I'm reading it. Green Lanterns, I didn't even read the first one of Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. Maybe when a trade comes out. I saw Sinestro was on the cover of like the third one, and he's one of my favorite villains ever, so.
Really?
Yeah, I really like him. I like him way more than I like the Green Lantern. Any Green Lantern. Except maybe John Stewart. I love John Stewart.
He's a great man.
He's good. I think he's in that book too, because it's a Green Lantern Corps book, so.
They should just make a John Stewart Green Lantern book.
Yeah, but the thing is with Green Lantern,
my money.
I like the Green Lantern space stuff, but really Green Lantern's a character I just like more when he's in the Justice League.
Yeah, it's true.
You know,
that's a good point.
It's the same thing with Flash. I loved reading Flash books, and I like a lot of Flash books, but I do like him more in the Justice League. Same with Aquaman, or really anyone but Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, who I love in the Justice League, but they're still great out of it. They're the Holy Trinity for a reason. They kill it.
That's what we didn't talk about.
Trinity. Hey,
that was awesome.
It was fun. We got that and Superman 6 that week, and they were both like heartwarming stories.
They are warm.
I loved it.
I loved it.
You were thinking Trinity was going to be Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman fighting some demons or something.
No, I'm happy it wasn't. It was them
They just had dinner. They just had dinner at
Clark's
house. Because they don't... I loved the thing Clark said about, he's like, you're so nice to like all those kids you raise or whatever. I remember when Robin broke his arm and you wore a rainbow bat suit to distract Robert, so nobody would be looking at Robin. And Batman says, I have no recollection of this, because it's New 52 Batman. He doesn't remember all these, 75 years worth of awesome stories. So it was just funny that it's going to be cool, especially when they get all... I can't wait for a moment where they all somehow get their memory back or something, and that Batman looks at that Superman and realizes it. That would be insane. They could cry, and it would be beautiful. But I loved that. I loved that they just came over to his house and had dinner.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it looks like they find some weird past Clark stuff. So, I mean, it'll be cool to read. Jason Fabok or Fabok or however you say his last name drew a cover for it that's just gorgeous. He's one of my favorite Batman artists for sure. He did the Batman Eternal books. Or some of them, I guess. But, yeah, he draws a good freaking Batman. He did Justice League in the New 52 for a while, I think.
He did. I remember that.
The Dark Side War and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's good. Yeah, he's really good.
He's good.
He's good. So good.
So good.
So good. Harry Osborn. But yeah, I'm excited for more of that. And then, like I said, Superman 6 was good. He and his family went to the fair, the carnival. That was awesome. And then in Superman 7 last week, he and Jonathan ended up on Dinosaur Island.
That's awesome.
Superman and Jonathan are on Dinosaur Island. I can't wait to read more of that story.
I saw the cover for that.
Yeah, that's
That
cool.
looks good.
Some weird pterodactyl-like creatures flying at Superman. Yeah, I'm excited for more of that.
I haven't been buying that book, but I've been
I love it.
kind of like hearing what's going on.
Oh, I love it.
I think I'm going to start getting it.
I like that one a little bit more than Action Comics, but I like both a lot. They're good. Superman's great right now. He's killing it.
Comics are just good right now.
They are.
Don't
They really
ruin
are.
this.
I know.
Clone-
Don't you get nervous? You're like,
I'm like... No, I don't get nervous because like if a book sucks, I'm not going to buy it. That's just $3 more in my pocket. That's 3 McChickens I could eat.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
true.
shouldn't.
Now, the opposite of Amazing Spider-Man, I feel like DC 4 months ago, I would have told you it was a good place to jump in. Not now, because I couldn't pick a single book. I think you should read all of them, and they're all on like issue 8. That's hundreds of dollars. So, I mean, I don't even know what I would tell people to read.
Get the trades is what I
Yeah,
tell
get the trades when they come out on Amazon, because I would tell people to read Action Comics, Detective Comics, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Arrow, Titans, yeah, Teen Titans, all of it.
It's just so good right now.
Yeah.
I can't choose.
It really is. I'm not reading Cyborg. I read the Cyborg
I was going to
Rebirth,
ask you about Cyborg. I was going to say, do you get Cyborg... is it on 1 or 2 now?
I got just
didn't
the
know.
Cyborg Rebirth one
issue.
shot. That's it. And I'm sure it's on 1 or 2 now. Wasn't bad. Just not going to spend the money. Like I said,
It's like, you don't... Do you still buy Aquaman?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I do.
I was going to say, it's kind of like Aquaman. But
Yeah. Or Green Lanterns in that way. But
yeah.
And Flash, I stopped reading Flash, and then I saw what Godspeed looked like, and I caught up on all of it. Flash is really good. I don't know. I think I only fell behind because of money, but...
Yeah, I have 1 and 2. I stopped reading it. I think you just told me. I just thought it just was... It was good.
Yeah, it's just... We're lucky enough that comic books are so good right now where you have to drop good ones for even better ones.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, that's crazy. Because years ago, I'd buy, like, 2 comics a week because nothing else was good.
Exactly.
And now everything is good. Marvel is putting out a ton of new stuff, and I'm going to be... And DC Rebirth is still going to be going. My wallet's going to be crying when, like, Unworthy Thor and Venom and all these things
I was going to mention Venom. I was like, I'm so excited for
Venom
that.
coming back to Earth. I know we talked about that in the last one, but I just
Todd
can't
McFarlane
wait.
thing where they...
I didn't like that at all.
I thought it was a good nod.
See,
the recoloring wasn't, like,
it's almost
amazing,
like...
in my opinion.
It's not a new cover, though. If you're going to have Todd McFarlane do something...
They should have had him do something new.
Yeah. Give him some money for a Spawn
They
movie.
probably gave him money anyways.
They
for
probably did. They probably didn't, honestly. They already own that. It's in, Amazing Spider-Man 300 or 299 or whatever. They own that image. They just fixed it. But his signature is on it, I think.
that. I can't
So they
remember.
better pay the guy. I mean...
If he puts a signature on it,
Technically, they already
paid.
paid him for that picture. But, I mean, pay him again. He's struggling for money. He's writing Spawn kills everyone. It's a terrible scene.
He's a great guy, though.
He is great.
He does
one
beautiful
of my
work.
favorite Spider-Man artists.
Absolutely.
Right
Might
behind
be.
Mark, probably. Mark's
Yeah.
my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
He's awesome. But I didn't realize Spawn was still going. I saw a new issue of Spawn in the shop last week. I couldn't believe it. He's trying to get money for this new movie.
I don't want to believe it.
I know. He's got a script.
Does he really?
He's got a script. I think he just needs money and a company to make the movie. If he gets to make the movie, I hope it's successful. I don't like Spawn. I'd probably see it one time to support him, but I hope he does well.
Yeah.
I don't want him to go in the tank or anything. I think he's a great guy.
He's got good toys, though.
He
He's
makes
probably
good
making
toys.
bank out
Yeah,
for that.
he does the Walking Dead toys, I think.
He does the
So,
Walking
yeah.
Dead toys. He does, like, any AMC toys that come out, he does.
Okay, yeah.
And then he does other stuff, like...
I think McFarlane Toys did, like, the Assassin's Creed stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe even Halo stuff.
They might.
I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I don't know much about McFarlane toys.
I don't know much about it.
They did figures of weird indie comics years ago. They did like Scud, the Disposable Assassin, and Max, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. Didn't buy them because they were expensive. And
Don't talk to me about toys unless we're talking Legos, Marvel Legends, or... I was going to say Mini-Mates, but I haven't bought Mini-Mates in a couple of years.
But I'm sure they did a bunch of new toys at New York Comic Con. I guess I just don't
They
look
did.
at that
I
stuff
saw.
anymore.
I saw a couple stuff.
That's
you
what I
remember
would be
the
stoked for when I was a kid. I'd sit there, when I knew a Comic Con was happening, I'd get on Comic Book Resources and sit there and wait for just pictures of Marvel Legends and stuff. I don't do that anymore, but
You remember
they put out
the
cool stuff.
Star Wars Samurai line they came out with?
Yeah.
Yeah, they made a Spider-Man one. My brother sent me a picture.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Spider-Man Samurai?
Yeah. It looks
Kind of like
interesting.
Spider-Man Red Sonja from a few years ago.
Uh,
Oh, the one thing I did see was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles WWE Superstar figures.
we'll be buying.
I'm buying the John Cena
John
one.
Cena one.
It's
I might buy the Undertaker
I realize
one.
they're $24.99.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's $100 for all 4 turtles. I'm passing on the Raphael Sting, even though it looks cool. And Mikey Macho Man is funny. I might have to buy that just for the fact that Macho Man's in Spider-Man 1, but that's it.
I'll get Donatello Undertaker.
Really? I think I'm going to have to get the John Cena Leonardo. That's awesome.
John Cena, Leonardo, and Donatello.
I'm going to buy him, yeah.
I'm not buying all of them.
I'm just buying that one, probably.
Who knows? I might not even buy
I'll buy
any
that
of them.
one, put it on my desk or my bookshelf or something, and call it a day. I
Good
buy
one.
probably one action figure a year.
No way.
I think so.
Are you serious?
The last one I bought was the Black Series Kylo Ren, which came out in September of last year. And it's October
Force
right now. Excuse me. So, 13 months ago.
Do we want to talk about anything Star Wars? Like Rogue One, Force Friday. I saw all the toys that came out. I was excited.
Yep.
This is a good story. You and me
Yeah.
went to our local Meijer and Walmart. We went there a little earlier than we should have. It was around 10:30.
10 o'clock.
We were walking around there because you're like, I'm bored. Let's go do this. I was like, all right. And so we're walking around. We're like, we didn't see any Force Friday stuff out. Because the first year for Force Awakens, they had a whole aisle.
It was huge.
It was big. And there was a couple guys there. We'll get into them later. But no, this year, they didn't do it.
Nothing.
We were incredibly bummed.
I was bummed.
And then you text me 2 days later, and you're like, Toys R Us was doing this thing. They were giving away free gift bags.
Yep.
I was
Free little Lego minifigures.
You gotta
of
be
General
kidding
Hux
me.
and Stormtroopers and stuff. Our Toys R Us was doing that, so we could have gone and gotten a free Lego Stormtrooper, but we didn't. We went to Meijer because they had one last year. And I feel like the whole world is not hyping up Rogue One because there was just a Star Wars movie last year.
No. Once they start getting advertisements out,
Once
it's gonna
advertisements come
be
to TV,
big.
it's
Everyone's
gonna be
saying
huge.
it's small. It's not gonna be that big. It's Star Wars. People are gonna see it.
Movie's making $1 billion for sure. Movie's gonna have the biggest opening weekend ever because that's all movies do now is they just top each other.
Yeah.
Movie's gonna be the best-selling movie for sure. Once advertisements hit TV, I don't even think there's TV commercials yet. This movie's gonna make a ton of money.
I haven't seen any TV spots for
I
it.
don't think so.
Doctor Strange though looks interesting.
Does that have TV spots yet?
Maybe.
I don't
Maybe
watch
they're
a lot of
releasing
TV.
them at. Neither do I. I'm usually a Netflix or
Yeah.
YouTube kind of
I'm
guy.
excited for Doctor Strange though. That's less than a month. That's exciting.
I'm very excited for that.
I'm excited too.
Every
It's
time I
gonna be
see that
cool.
little scene of him like pulling stuff out of his hand, then he like uses a whip. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that was cool.
Every time Marvel does a more obscure, and I don't like to call them obscure because we've obviously known Doctor Strange and Ant-Man our entire lives, but like I guess people consider them obscure because they're not Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, or Captain America. But every
I
time
thought
they do a character
Hulk
like
was,
that,
or not Hulk. Ugh. Thor was kind of obscure.
yeah, but every time they do a character like that who's not, I guess, as mainstream already, it does well. The
Yeah.
Ant-Man was great. The Guardians of the Galaxy was great.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be good.
Speaking of Guardians, did you see some? I saw something on, can't remember where, but it said like Guardians has the most on-screen deaths of any movie ever.
No way.
It has like 87,000 deaths.
What?
Yeah,
What, in the ship battle or something?
yeah. At the end, when shit's just crashed down to the
Jeez,
ground.
no way. The most on-screen deaths is
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy and not Django Unchained? Did you see Duckpool? Did we talk about...
I did see Duckpool.
They're making a Howard the Duck, Deadpool, Duckpool thing.
I'm not gonna buy it.
Never.
No.
Never would I consider it. Duckpool? Gwenpool, Duckpool, Spider-Gwen. Stop. Like, it's getting ridiculous. Who's next? Like, who's next? Rocket Pool? Little Rocket Raccoon with a Deadpool mask?
Duck, Gwen.
Dead Groot. Groot Pool. Who else could they do? I don't know. I hope they don't
Please
do anymore.
stop coming up with them. We're giving them ideas.
They're just like, hey, we need to make a little money. Let's make another Deadpool series. Deadpool's got to have 15 books going all the time. He's got Deadpool and the Mercs for money. Deadpool kills everybody. Deadpool's secret wars. Deadpool's back in black. Deadpool's back in red. I know, like, there's too much Deadpool all
back
the time.
in red. Oh, man.
I think he's got his own. And there's a Deadpool versus Gambit going right now. There's Deadpool Spider-Man. Deadpool's in Uncanny Avengers. He's everywhere.
They did a Deadpool versus Thanos book.
They did do
it
versus Thanos book like last year.
He just has too much stuff. Make it Spider-Man. If it was Spider-Man, I'd buy every single one of his books.
But Spider-Man can't fight Thanos. He gets his butt kicked. If Spider-Man's gonna fight Thanos, he needs the Thing, because then Marvel 2-in-1 Spider-Man with the Thing where they fight Thanos.
Yeah.
I think that's like the end of Infinity War or Gauntlet or Aftermath or whatever, because I just tie them all together because they all weren't that good. It's actually not that bad.
It really is.
And the Avengers movie is hopefully going to be spectacular.
Let's not
jinx it, seriously.
No.
Because, I mean, you get the Civil War, and I mean, I guess the whole world besides the two of us love the Civil War, so.
I'm not getting into this.
No.
That's for another episode.
We could do a whole episode talking about the Civil War, but it would be terrible because all we would do is lose viewers. Because we would just complain about it. And then we talk about how much we like Spider-Man, and the whole world would be like, yeah, we like Spider-Man too.
I'd say
Spider-Man
about Black Panther. Like,
Black Panther was awesome. Ant-Man was awesome. Really not that much to complain about.
No.
If you're giving me 5 superhero movies a year, I don't care if they're mediocre.
No, I'll watch them.
Yeah, I'll watch them.
I'll spend money on every one of them.
Just make one really good. And
yeah.
If it's 2017 and we're getting Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, and Guardians that are all going to be amazing no matter what, we're getting Wonder Woman and Justice League that, God please, I hope they're amazing. We're getting Pirates of the Caribbean. We're getting Transformers. I know there's more movies that I'm forgetting. Logan. We're getting Logan.
Oh, man.
We're getting Star Wars 8.
Rest in peace, my wallet.
I know. I'll see Star Wars 8 10 times. I saw Star Wars The Force Awakens 13 times at the movie theater.
I saw it 7 times.
Oh, my gosh. And Spider-Man, if you get Spider-Man right on the big screen, I'll be seeing that way more than one time. Same thing with Thor.
I saw Amazing Spider-Man 2 3 times.
I saw it twice. I'm so ashamed of myself.
Just for that beginning scene where he's web slinging. Oh, I love it.
I spent $14.50 on that awful movie.
I got a free ticket from something.
And I've seen it once since then. So I've seen that movie 3 times. I've only seen The Amazing Spider-Man once, and I'm glad.
I forget what movie I bought, and it's like, comes with a free ticket to Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I bought the Spectacular Spider-Man full Blu-ray set, and that's what I got a ticket for.
It was like...
Oh, so I guess I didn't spend $14.50. I only spent $7.50 because I got one free ticket.
Well, good for you.
Thank you.
I think I can't remember.
That's a lie. I bought Anne's ticket. I bought my girlfriend's ticket, so I spent $14.50. I spent more than that because I bought... No, I just spent $14.50. Woo!
You're going to make yourself feel bad.
I know. That one's bad. That one's rough. I'm so glad they got Spider-Man's rights. That's another thing.
Perfect suit, though.
I hope they get the Fantastic Four rights at some point. Can you imagine an MCU Fantastic Four movie? People would realize that the Fantastic Four is actually cool.
They are cool.
Oh,
Reed Richards is awesome.
They're great.
The Thing is awesome.
It's the same thing as the X-Men problem. The X-Men movies from the early 2000s, I think the whole world forgot that the X-Men were cool. And now that the X-Men movies are actually good again, I think people realize that again.
Mm-hmm.
But Fantastic Four really needs the bright blue and white on the big screen. Don't hop right to Doctor Doom. Do Mole Man and his Mole Monster. Have him fight Annihilus. Have him fight the Skrulls. Do some really colorful, cool stuff.
The Skrulls would be cool. That'd be an awesome movie.
Because then you could do a whole whole wave of Marvel movies of the Secret Invasion. Start with the Fantastic Four and have them deal with just Super Skrull, and then start incorporating Skrulls into the Avengers movies and everything.
Oh my god. That'd be dope. That'd be
what
sick.
do you do after the Infinity War? You're having a Secret Invasion. Do it. You already had a Civil War. You're having an Infinity War. What's left? Secret Invasion.
You got that right there. That's
guess
good.
What? They're going to have to buy the Skrulls from Fox if they want to do that.
No, they're not.
I think so.
They haven't mentioned the Skrulls.
They wanted to use the Skrulls in the Avengers movie, but they couldn't because Fox has them. So they had to use Chitauri. Which I'm glad they used Chitauri. Because
if they were just like...
You should use those first. If it was just the Skrulls randomly in the first movie, I wouldn't have liked that.
I still would have liked it though.
I would've
Avengers
loved it.
1's
It's a
so
great
awesome.
movie, yeah. But yeah, the scroll thing is. I think that'd be great to do in the MCU. The scrolls. Oh, it'd be cool.
You're getting me excited.
For something that's not happening.
If it does happen, I'll like looking back at this video like,
yeah.
did we just foretell
It
the
would be
future?
like a Simpsons moment. Simpsons tells the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else?
I don't know.
You know, we're ending it here.
I think we might be ending it here.
All right, guys. This was From Gotham to Nowhere, episode 2. It was a fun time. We talked about stuff. We just winged it. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's going to be stuff next week to talk about, for sure.
Next week.
Next week, 2 weeks from now, who knows?
We're spontaneous.
But it'll happen.
We just do it whenever.
It'll happen.
Don't.
If you thought episode 2 wasn't going to happen, you just got slapped.
Just wait till episode 3 comes out, dog.
I'm Nova Calvin.
I'm Spencer Ty.
I'll see you next time.
Yeah.